there's a 1 there.
Oh.
Eidos remembers.
Yeah, I'd remember too.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So
Losing a tournament set to a Ganondorf couldn't be me. Sheesh.
could be if I ever enter bracket and I rig it.
And then he would not beat me. You can rig the bracket all you want. You will not defeat me. You play Ganondorf.
Oh, you play Wolf?
Probably.
Oh, I use Wolf a lot.
I can play Wolf or Incineroar.
Except AZ. AZ beats me really.
I would Ganon Ditto you and I would beat you.
No way.
I don't lose the Ganon Ditto.
Well, that's going to be the $10 money match next week.
Big spender over here, the $10 money match.
No, the T-Lock sponsored money match.
Yeah. Yeah, run it. I'll beat you. But we don't have to talk about that. We're talking about Ganon Dittos when there are 2 actually good characters on screen right now.
So true.
Joker and Terry, Tushin and Autos.
And Tushin's another one that's up and coming. Plays a lot with Strawberry W, as we were talking about earlier. So just progressively getting better at the game.
Yeah, I remember, hearing Tushin's name just like come up as matches are being called and being like, I don't know who this is, but I'm glad they're coming out to tournaments. And then I started seeing him later in bracket, and I'm like, that's great. That's great. Big clutch Arsene, as always.
Yeah. That helps a lot too when Eidos gets that patented Eidos spike of his. I just feel like he gets it so much, and then he's like, yeah, you got hit by that one time, and then coast off that.
Yeah. And honestly, Autos is playing really well when he doesn't crumble to movement pressure, which is one of the reasons why I think that Tushin playing Joker against Autos definitely has a really good shot, because that's one of the things that Joker does really, really well. But Autos has been playing pretty well today. The double hit of the down gun, but no actual edge guard.
Yeah, just almost. But, Eidos is a smart player. He's like, wait, I can get out of this.
I'm actually surprised Joker lived that, because he is not a heavy character. I don't know what Autos is doing.
Dying, that's what he's doing.
So I would have to suppose it was a misinput.
Ooh, Tushin's kind of running away with it now, adding a little bit of damage there. Oh, just like that, Arsene's gone.
Yeah, with Arsene gone, that's the question. I mean, on PS2, it's definitely a lot more comfy to play against Terry as long as you can maintain that distance and use that safe movement. But when you're in the corner against Terry, it's a bit tougher.
How scary. I don't know what Eidos are cooking there. He did 2 jabs and then immediately said, all right, you're going to air dodge or something like that.
Yeah, jump off ledge or something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He's been keeping it simple at the ledge, and that's been working so far. He's still playing with the lead. But Tushin does need to strike back, and I was just about to say, the way that he's jumping around, it's looking like he's trying to set up for one of those forward airs. The forward air 1 combos, man, they can go crazy. Just like we almost saw. Oh, man.
Trying to go for some gun gimp, but it's shown that it hasn't really worked on Eidos.
I mean, you're just rinse repeating, but this is like the same thing as seeing a Sonic just run off stage and spring every time, where it's like, yeah, it's a good edge guarding tool and you might get a cheesy stock, but chances are against a good player, probably not. And it's good to mix in the other amazing tools that Joker has at his disposal to secure those.
Yeah.
Oh, he's drifted in.
Is this it?
How did he get that much damage off that? That's crazy.
Yeah. Terry just bleeds damage for no reason.
With that gun dash out of the corner and the quick yoop! Autos was not ready and I was not either.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He got in there quick.
Yeah. It's just a quick grab and you're like, wait, what? He grabbed me?
That was actually a teleports behind you. Nani?
Exactly, yeah, so true.
94%. That down tilt could have been a really big commitment. Love these down airs to reset. That could have been even more, but
yeah.
Autos, yeah, going to eat you alive in the corner right there. The down tilt's always setting up for something. He's going to take that game 1, but Tushin giving him a real good fight in that game 1.
Yeah, Tushin tried to set up a little something of his own right there towards the end, but got a little bit too cute, and Eidos is like, okay, you know what, get out of here.
It's like, I do not have time for this.
Yeah. Yeah, Terry's like a I hit you 3 times and you're dead character. And Joker's like, I'm going to just nickel and dime you over and over until, I get that drag down or get Arsene out.
Yeah. And man, I mean, Tushin was trying to play around those particular win conditions a lot, right? Like setting up for those drag down combos, knowing, right, okay, well, Terry's at the high percent. I know that I can space around him pretty well as Joker, but how am I actually going to set up meaningful damage before he just starts to run me over? We'll see if Tushin has some adjustments to make here in this second game, and I think mostly just has to be a lot more discerning with these deep attacks, right? Because you can't just not go in for the big damage, but also, again, the discernment has been something that has gotten him into hot water, and Autos has blown that up.
And also, like you said, just kind of like mix up your play when they're off stage. You know, that back air is going to work wonders for Joker, especially if you're going to catch him in a really bad spot.
Just like this, but going for the down air, looking for Autos to drop down pretty low. Instead, going to eat a lot of damage himself. Half the Arsene gone already. With those down tilts, you are gone again.
Stock and Arsene, too.
That's why you just can't be up in Terry's face, you know, most of the time, right? Love this from Tushin, though, setting up for another edge guard and not trying to rely on the guns too much, right? Like you noted, he's noticing that, okay, that didn't work too much in that game one, so what can I change this up to maybe find some more success?
Yeah, he's trying to set up the ledge trap, but he's just not able to keep Eidos there for that long.
And I think that part of it is that he's being a bit committal with movement and using a lot of movement where he doesn't need to, or being a bit more just, I don't want to say standing still, but just being a bit more slow and methodical would be helpful, whereas start hopping around, you're prone to make some mistakes. Autos might get a read like that and go up 3 stocks to 1.
Yeah, it's looking really bad compared to the game one. There's not going to be a lot of Arsenes that can bail you out of this episode, too.
The runoff forwarder, though, they set up for something. Autos, man, always just so careful with those recoveries, right? Keeping those resources around when needed. Arsene is here, does bail Tushin out of a scary combo, but Autos is still the one on the offensive, and he still has go because he's sitting on that first stock, and you better look out when you're in the corner.
Yeah, Tushin getting a little antsy, just kind of swinging here with Arsene. I mean, there's not that much risk in it, but at the same time, it's just kind of, you know, really tough.
I think this is one of those things that Autos does really well, right? If you're not mixing up that movement, if you're approaching him in similar ways most of the time, he is going to eat that up. Does get that combo, Tushin, off of that drag down forward air as usual, but like you mentioned earlier, without a whole lot of Arsene available for the rest of this game, if you're going to make this comeback, you got to be pretty much perfect.
Yeah, it seems like he's mixed his DI too, so, you know, Terry's a pretty big guy. Won't die that.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, won't die that soon to up air.
The down gun's getting Tushin in a bit of hot water again. Some of that movement where it's not quite that necessary. But here's this ledge trap again, trying to be careful. That forward smash could have been a really big opening, but here's Autos again.
We're just seeing not really any of these swings that Tushin wants to go for land successfully on Eidos to take a stock.
Right, nice. I love that down tilt out of the corner. We haven't seen a lot of that down tilt from Tushin, and to be fair, not a very safe move against Terry. Love this patience from Autos, and he knows that as long as he just times out most of this Arsene, even if he goes to that last stock, he'll probably be fine.
A beefy hit, almost taking that stock from Tushin.
Woo, the movement! He went so far, so fast.
A little bit too late, though.
I thought that was it. The moment I see the down tilts on shield from Terry, I'm like, oh man, it's over.
Yeah.
Ooh, not quick enough to react with that back air. Autos getting a bit of a gift, getting back. Tushin's still hanging tough.
Like you were saying earlier, Eidos is so elusive with these recoveries. I mean, that's usually one of Terry's bigger weaknesses, but it's almost non-existent right now.
Yeah, and Power Geyser right there knew that he put enough pressure on the shield that Tushin was likely to do something, and the Power Geyser would probably catch it. So it did. It's a 2-0 for Autos. And again, we saw a lot of promise in that game one, but when it comes to adaptation, Autos is just so good at